This is a cheap adventure to Krakow in Poland. So here I am in Kiev, get on the Ryanair plane along to Krakow. And here I arrive into Krakow, and along I go to the city centre, which is all touristy everywhere. It looks all touristy and there's tourists everywhere. In fact, there's more people speaking English than there actually is people speaking Polish here, because so many English and American tourists come here. And loads of my mum's friends have said how wonderful Krakow is. But have they really been to Krakow, or have they only been to the tourist areas? The reason why I came to Krakow was not to see these tourist areas, but see proper Krakow. But first, let's just take a quick look around this area and take a look into some of the buildings. And there's footprints. Do these footprints lead to a lift? No, they don't. That's disappointing. Also in this tourist area, there are some abandoned tram tracks. And these tram tracks have not been used for a long time, and they just suddenly stop. So a long time ago, trams actually did run into the tourist area. But luckily they don't anymore, and they run around the outside, which is much better, as that means the trams can go faster. So then, this tourist area, so touristy, so let's leave this tourist area and go along to some much more interesting areas. First, I go along to Radisson Blu, which was Radisson Blu, but then, let's just say, I went and did a poo in the toilet. So then along to the lifts, which are some nice first generation eco discs. And along I go to the next building, which has some really nice Schindler D-series with awesome M-series logic, through intelligent levelling, slows down to a perfect stop with no change in the acceleration. These lifts are perfect, but on the outside, it looks rather 3300 looking. Schindler have bodged in these new buttons, but the logic is still M-series logic. This lift has some interesting floor numbering. It opens on two sides. One side is floors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the other side is floors A, B and C, and the heights of A, B and C are higher than 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. On floor 4, perfectly lines up with floor C, but all of the other letter floors do not directly line up with a number floor. So then, this lift is really nice. So you know what that means? Let's get on top it. Then along I go to Krakow Glony, which is equivalent of HBF in Germany. Well, people translate it to Central Station, but it's not quite a correct translation, because this is not necessarily the most central station, but it's the most important station where all of the main high-speed trains come into. And underneath this station, there is the tram tunnel. And this tram tunnel is very nice. It's the only fully segregated section to the trams, but sadly it's very short and only has 2 underground segregated stations. So along I go to the lifts here, which are Otis Gen 2s. This lift's got a custom lock on the logic cabinet. This lift stinks of sick. Someone's been sick in here at some point. Then outside this station, and it is, well, I thought it was another Gen 2, but it turns out it's actually a generic lift that's just copying a Gen 2. This lift stinks of piss. Come on. This one stinks of piss. Which one's better, sick-filled lift or piss-filled lift? Oh, it's not an Otis, it looks like an Otis on the outside. Oh dear, fake Otis tricked me again. Fake Otis. So then I go inside the station and here is the main concourse area. It looks very nice. And along to the main lifts here up to the platforms, which are sadly just Gen 2s.
Piętro pierwsze.
First floor.
Drzwi otwierają się.
Door opening.
Otis.
Car is running down.
What? Car's running down, right. Car's being safer. Oh, I'm going to be a custom message for that. Oh, now it's going slow. Oh dear. It's got the mod logic variant. It's going slow now.
Poziom 0.
Ground.
Drzwi otwierają się.
Also, as well as these Gen 2s, they're adding some extra lifts at a later date, which are Avonas.
Level -1, railway station.
Right, it's Avona versus Gen 2. Which is better? Oh, that's not bad. This feels cheaper. If that's possible, it's cheaper than a Gen 2. This is actually slightly cheaper.
Poziom 1. Parking, taxi, bus. Level 1.
Let's try
Parking,
mezzanine.
taxi, bus.
Mezzanine's locked. Okay, let's do this one. But Otis Gen 2, much to my disgust, is actually ever so slightly better. There was so little in it.
Poziom minus.
And along I go to Krakowska Shopping Centre, which is a shopping centre attached to the train station. This has some Otis lifts.
Railway station.
Safety brake. No, it's locked.
Poziom +3, parking. Third level, parking.
Cameras watching the lift. The stop lift surfers.
Poziom +1, pasaż handlowy.
And along I go to Mercure Hotel, which is very posh, but only has Gen 2s. The way to green. These lifts need key cards, and the receptionist saw me and kicked me out. So I'll go to the next hotel opposite this one, which also has Gen 2s. All of the hotel floors are locked, but I managed to sneak into the gym and spa area. But sadly, there was only saunas here and wasn't actually a swimming pool. And I'm not really that interested in going into saunas unless there's a swimming pool. And I'll go to the other underground tram stop. The lift down to the underground section is another Gen 2. Lift at a tram stop. What I understand is they built all the effort building tram tunnel, but most trams still actually go on the above ground section. Only one route actually goes in the tram tunnel, which is very stupid. There's a waste of a building if only one tram route goes through it. And I'll go to the Ibis. Very interestingly, Novotel, which own Ibis, regularly put in different grades of hotel into the same building. In some places, I've actually seen a Novotel and an Ibis in the same building. In this case, there's an Ibis and an Ibis budget in the same building. And the lift is a base model EcoDisc. So then I'll go to my hotel, so back through the old town at night, and it still looks just as touristy. And I'll go to the place where I was staying, which is Amber Hostel. This cost 118 PLN, which is £24 for 2 nights. So that's £12 a night, which is very reasonable. But when this place is perfectly nice, there wasn't really anything wrong with it. And I'll go to the outskirts of Krakow and along to the tower block areas. The tower blocks are a lot smaller here than other places such as Gdansk and Poznan. Tower blocks only have roughly 10 floors here, and the lift is a nice old lift which has sadly been horribly modernised and ruined by generic shithole company. And I'll go to a tram junction. This is a 4-way junction where trams can take all routes. That's either going straight ahead, left or right. They've got all of the tracks and points for this. And in Poznan, these junctions had a station at each side of the junction. Over in Krakow, there's a station at each side of the junction, but only heading away from the junction. So in some ways that makes sense because you just go to the station of the direction you're heading. But in some ways when changing trams, this is actually a bit more annoying, although it's faster as the trams have to stop at less stations. This tram station here has a lift, which is, oh no, another Gen 2! The thing is, when you see those buttons, you think fake Otis. It makes you think one of these lookalikes. But when you look at the indicator, it actually is a real Otis for once. And in this tunnel, there's clicking buttons. And the button plays an announcement saying which direction the trams go from this side.
godzina 15:05. Następne odjazdy. Linia 14, kierunek Ciepłownięcie pojedzie za 3 minuty.
And a lot ago to the first out-of-town shopping centre. Now, all of the other places I've been in Poland have had really epic out-of-town shopping centres, which look incredibly posh and have really nice lifts. Sadly though, in Krakow, maybe the rest of Poland's a bit spoilt me because the rest of Poland's been really amazing. In Krakow, the out-of-town shopping centres were not really as good. This first shopping centre, which I think is pronounced Krzyzini, doesn't even have a lift. That is very disappointing. So then along I go to the next tower block. This one looked very interesting. This one looks a bit like the Woolwich Dockyard architecture in England, although it isn't, as it's a lot better built. If you look at the left, it's got some interesting balcony designs, but a concrete look of this does look very English. But sadly, the lifts here have also been horribly replaced. Camera is spying on me. Why is it this particular camera really looks like it's watching me more than other cameras? So then along to the next shopping centre, which is M1. And sadly, this shopping centre doesn't have a lift. So along I go to the next shopping centre, which is Galleria Plaza. And this one has Otis hydraulic lifts. It's almost there, and yes, reversal trick. Back up we go. That's how you do a reversal trick in an Otis hydraulic, but only on the hydraulic logic. And it doesn't open its doors after reversal trick. And along I go to Doubletree Hotel, which has some nice eco discs. And now we go to the next shopping centre, which has some Otis Gen 2s, but in these ones, they have RGB lighting. It changes colour depending on what floor you are on. That is absolutely epic, and I find it amazing that someone somewhere actually thought beside it and implemented it. On the lift buttons, notice that each button has a different colour around it. That's the colour that the RGB lighting changes to as the lift goes to or passes that floor. And also there's a parking sign in the lift that also changes colour as the lift goes to different floors. So then, let's get on top of this lift, but sadly it refused to move on inspection. Ugh. But anyway, it's only a Gen 2, so on top's not really that interesting. So let's go back inside it.
Pierwsze piętro. Handlowa. Parking zielony. First floor, shopping mall. Parking green level.
So one's going to be pink. Oh, this is so weird.
Parking różowy. Parking pink level.
Wow.
Parking żółty. Parking yellow level.
And now go along to Q Hotel. Now, I would have preferred W Hotel, but oh well. And this has some scenic Schindler 3300s. And along I go to Park Inn by Radisson, which has some nice eco discs. And now go along to Hotel Wyspiński, and this has some really cheap and nasty generic lifts. Cheap! You can't get bullshit at this. What? That's the alarms, that is. It's 2 alarms. What? That doesn't make sense. Telephone. Oh wow, this is slow. Oh, come on. 7. Along I go to Krakow Airport, and first I go into a hotel which has some very modern and very nice 4th generation eco discs. And the lifts in the airport are also eco discs.
Radisson Blu.